If you're thinking about buying real estate in Myrtle Beach in the year 2025, you probably got a lot of questions that you need answered. What are prices going to do? What are rates going to do? Is there a better time to buy? You're going to learn all that today when we go over our predictions for 2025 in the Myrtle Beach real estate market from the intracoastal waterway up here near the border of North and South Carolina. Because, hey, who wants to sit in an office all day and record videos when you can come out in all this, you know?
Left a good job down in the city, working for the man every night and day.
So first things first, the 2024 real estate market was basically hampered, sat on. You had buyers that were sitting, not buying. You had sellers that were sitting and not selling because there were buyers who wouldn't buy their house. The entire market basically just sat still and didn't really do much all across the country for one big reason. Can you guess what that is? If you thought election, you were exactly right. But that cloud has now lifted. People aren't hesitating anymore, and I can already tell just looking at our YouTube views that the traffic is going up. I'm getting calls again that I didn't expect to get this time of the year, and yeah, the market is coming back. So with that being said, let's look at the big picture things that are going to affect you if you're thinking about moving to Myrtle Beach in 2025.
Riverboat queen, big wheel, keep on turning. Proud Mary, keep on burning.
Hey, two quick things. First, I got my contact information on screen here for you. So if you have any questions about anything you see in any of our videos, all you got to do is reach out, text, email, doesn't matter. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I am the least pushy realtor that you will ever meet on planet Earth. And number two, if you don't acknowledge that Tina Turner sings a superior version of the song over Creedence, I don't think we can be friends. First off, home prices. What did the numbers do in 2024 compared to 2023? What do you think they're going to do going into 2025? A year ago, the average single-family home here was $361,000, which was barely different than the $365,000 we saw 2 Decembers ago. So from December to December, a $4,000 change. Frankly, that's not that much. Condos and townhouses, practically unchanged from December 2024 to December 2023, sitting at $247,000 right across the board. But here's where things get interesting. Inventory tells the real story. Single-family home supply sat at 3.4 months in December 2024, slightly tighter than the 3.7 months in December 2023. But condos and townhouses, a huge jump. From 4.3 months a year ago to 6.3 months now. Basically, that means there's more choices, longer market times, and a tilt towards buyers, especially with condos and townhouses, at least for now. So builders are still cranking out inventory for us fast and steady to keep up with the demand that we do have, and basically because they're, trying to sell houses. When you factor that in, here's my prediction for at least the first half of 2024. I predict that homes and to an extent townhouses, maybe not so much condos, but single-family homes, which is what the vast majority of y'all are interested in, are going to stay low for the first half of 2025.
And we're rolling, yeah, rolling on a river.
What about interest rates? Well, the era of 3 to 5% mortgages, that ain't coming back next year. It's going to take a few years for that to happen. Basically, the Fed printed an extra 30% of the dollar supply, and the economy didn't grow 30%. And that's why eggs are freaking $10 a carton in, California right now. Because of that, it's going to take a while for inflation to get knocked back. They could work wonders. They might not work wonders. Who knows? But it sure ain't going to happen in 2025. Every long-term forecast that you look at for the next year for rates, they're all basically saying that it might bump up and down a little bit, but it's going to stay the same.
Say we're rolling,
Rolling,
rolling, yeah,
rolling,
rolling on the river.
So Myrtle Beach is growing and expanding. But exactly where is it growing and expanding, and can that affect your move? It can. Let's start with the big picture. The U-Haul people, they come out with their survey every month about, here's the most popular place to move. Right now, South Carolina is the most popular place to move. Again, it keeps swapping back and forth with like Florida and Texas. South Carolina right now, for at least, the last month, #1 place to relocate to in the entire United States. But again, the real question isn't if we're growing, it's where we're growing. And that's where things get cool. North Carolina is seeing expansion. North Carolina is seeing like spillover from Myrtle Beach. You can only go inland so far. You get to the Longs and Loris area. But for people that still want like that super, quiet, quaint little fishing village kind of thing going on, Little River does that. But people are starting to opt for Calabash, which is right there, like literally right there. See that? It's right there. And because of that, our people are now licensed. I am now licensed in the state of North Carolina because there is spillover from Myrtle Beach going that way. And you could easily find your happily ever after right across that state line. Is Calabash, Ocean Isle, Sunset, is all of that part of Myrtle Beach? No, not at all. Technically, Pawleys Island isn't part of Myrtle Beach either, but you can kind of sort of say that it's all part of the Grand Strand, and I'm going to call it Calabash, Sunset, Ocean Isle. You're honorary members of the Grand Strand as of, today. We decree it. How about that? So with everything that's happening, the election's over, people are starting to wake back up again, craziness in the markets, home prices, uncertainty, is there a good time to buy in Myrtle Beach? Well, I can say this, there's not a bad time to buy in Myrtle Beach. This region is exploding with growth for a reason. Stunning homes, wide open green spaces, wildlife everywhere, water as far as the eye can see, low taxes, affordable prices, super laid back lifestyle. And seriously, have you ever seen the South Carolina state flag? I mean, it literally looks like a Jimmy Buffett song, if a Jimmy Buffett song looked like a thing. The only thing that's missing is somebody didn't put the damn margarita glass on the flag with the tree and the moon. If you can leave there, wherever there is for you, we have a happily ever after here for you. All you got to do is call. So, predictions. That's why you came here, right? That's why you clicked on the pretty thumbnail. Prices, home prices are basically going to stay the same. Now, they may jump up in the second half of the year, wild card on that one, but at least for the first half, they're not going to. I don't think so. Rates, they're just basically, they might bump up and down by a quarter point here and there through the year, but they're not going to drastically change. The expansion, that's all still happening. Up north here, it's surging into the inland areas towards Longs, towards Loris, and we're spilling over the line into North Carolina into Calabash. So if you're not doing your research, start doing your research now, because your neighbors, or at least the neighbors that are, you're gonna have down here, they are already doing their research. They're already looking online on YouTube. They are already starting to call. So hey, earlier I mentioned about North Strand versus South Strand. Knowing where to buy is just as important as knowing when to buy. Click this next video to get the top suburb breakdown of Myrtle Beach on all of YouTube. Bonus points, you get to see a fish stalk me. Not even kidding.